Whenever it's like this outside, I always want to come out here and record. And then I remember, oh yeah, I'm not alone out here. Nature's out here. Birds squawking in the background, wind blowing on the microphone, the neighbor's dog potentially barking the whole time. And then I start to question, was this a good idea? Well, let's find out. Hi everyone, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and in this video I want to talk about Watch It Played with you. Because we're getting to the end of the 5th season, and that means it's time for me to start thinking about launching the 6th season's fundraiser to see if there's still support for another year of the show. And you might think, well, Rodney, you've been doing this for 5 years. Do you really wonder if there'll be support? And yes, I absolutely wonder. Because the bulk of my income, like about 80 to 85% of it, comes from this fundraiser. And so it's always a little strange to be in that situation, wondering whether or not the support will be there again. And I think, at the absolute least, it's arrogance to think that it will be there. And best case scenario, it's blissful ignorance. So I would like to avoid both of those things. And so I always wonder. Anyway, that's not really what I want to focus on here. What I want to talk to you about is how the last year of Watch It Played has been, things I'm happy about, things I'd like to see improved, and just to get your feedback on that. See if you agree, see if you have some thoughts of your own as well that you'll be able to share in the comments of this video, and then we can come back again the next episode and just kind of bring that all together and sort of see where we're at. At the time of this recording, Watch It Played featured 46 unique instructional videos. And the year's not quite over yet, so it'll probably be closer to 50. And last year we featured 33. And I remember thinking, okay, I'm tapped out. That's as many as I can possibly do. Well, apparently not. But yes, I'm definitely at my limit. With sleep requirements and other things, this was a lot. And I'm really happy about it. Pep helped me do 7 of those videos, and creating these instructional videos is a real source of satisfaction for me personally. The biggest road bump to most people being able to get to the fun of a game is that rule book. And it's certainly my hope that our videos help people get to that fun sooner, or helps them confirm that they really do understand how to play the game. If they haven't picked up the game yet, hopefully it gives them a good sense, oh, this is what the game offers, and this looks appealing to me, or not. And if you've already bought the game, again, hopefully it just means, okay, I don't have to suffer through a rule book that I'm maybe not confident in. During the year, I also think we covered quite a variety of different kinds of games, all the way from Lift It to The Gallerist and everything in between. And this is important to me because I think our hobby has a lot to offer to all different kinds of gamers, whether you like simple games, complex games, random games, deterministic games, variety of different themes. And I know that means sometimes you'll tune in and be like, well, this is not my kind of game. But hopefully it also means in a couple weeks, we'll be featuring a game that is your type of game. And I know for myself personally, I didn't always like all the different kinds of games that I do now. I had to get exposed to them. And then I discovered, oh my goodness, this kind of game I've been avoiding, I really like it now. And so I certainly hope, and some of the feedback I get suggests that people do sometimes watch content that we create because it's on our channel, not because it's necessarily a game they're interested in. And then they discover, wow, I always avoided these kinds of games in the past, but you know what? I think this looks like it might appeal to me. And so I certainly hope that that's something else that we can offer, and hopefully it's something that you like about the channel as well. The total number of episodes dedicated specifically to gameplay dropped by about 6 compared to last year. And just to be clear, I don't mean we covered 6 fewer games with gameplay, just that the total number of episodes specifically about gameplay dropped by 6. So that's not a huge difference, but I'm not satisfied with that. I want to see us doing, if anything, more gameplay videos. I'm sure some of you feel that way as well. We are called Watch It Played, after all. This show has been going through some changes over the last few years. My daughter Andrea, who started the show with me, she moved away to university, so obviously she's not available to do the gameplay videos. My son Luke lives here still, but he's growing up. He's in school full time. When he gets home, there's homework, supper, extracurricular activities. That only leaves him with a certain amount of free time at the end of the day, and I don't want him to feel like he has to go work for Dad. Luke has never complained about doing the videos with me, but I also don't want to put him in a situation where he has to complain or feels the need to complain. I want this hobby to be something that's fun for him. So I've tried to be mindful of that, and it's meant that there's been less people for me to do the gameplay videos with. And that's where Peps come in very handily. You've seen probably more videos this year with my friend Pep, who's done some instructional videos, but as well these gameplay videos. And both he and I really enjoy doing these together. And as he's more available to help me out, you should see more gameplay videos. That's something that's just the nature of being a small operation like I am, that I'm going to have to struggle with and figure out as time goes on. But just know that is a priority to me, even though sometimes the video content might not illustrate that. If you enjoy our Table Talk videos, news and updates, filler episodes, product previews, you might notice those tend to be a little bit more irregular. And that's because the instructional videos and the gameplay videos have to be the focus of this channel. And so when my schedule is feeling a little squeezed, then those other types of videos tend to be the things that fall off first. But those will be things that we continue doing. I'm very happy Pep and I have been able to start doing on a pretty regular basis a live show. And we really enjoy creating that content. It seems to be something people are enjoying as well. We try to cover, maybe teach a little simple game, play a funny game, go over some topics with you guys that are on our minds, answer your questions, and just basically stay connected with you in that way. Speaking of which, I still strive to reply to all of the comments on all the videos we've ever posted. That means today, if someone's watching our video from 5 years ago and they ask a question, I will go there and I will reply to them. And I try to do the same on Twitter and Facebook. And I plan to continue doing that. Why? Because it's, I've talked about this before. It's hard to put it in words without feeling silly. But I feel a real sense of gratitude to be able to work on this channel. This is the most fulfilling thing I've ever done in my life, and I want to keep doing it. And people who take the time to comment, to talk about, to want to be a part in some way of this project, it means a lot to me. And so I want them to know that, and I feel like the least I can do is to reply to their comments and know, hey, I'm here, I'm listening, and I appreciate your feedback. So that's something I hope to keep doing. It does get a little challenging because the catalog of videos continues to grow, but as long as I'm able to, that's something I hope to keep doing. Oh, I want to mention one thing. The delivery of last season's perks, the promos and the dice trays specifically, were delayed longer than I would have liked, but I have to say, to your credit, I don't remember one single complaint about that. Thank you so much for your patience. I have received wonderful support from publishers who provide these promos that I think a lot of you do enjoy receiving. It's kind of our way of saying thank you for supporting the show. And I can't really deliver the promos until they arrive to me. And there's so many different factors that can come in, like shipping issues, printing issues, manufacturing problems. This year I hope to do a better job. I've talked to the publishers in advance, and my hope is that we'll be able to deliver those perks before the end of the year 2016 this time around, not halfway into the next year. I can't guarantee it, but we'll definitely do our best to do a better job. As time has gone on, each year I've tried to do a little something to improve the show. That can be upgrading equipment, updating the set, creating new kinds of content, and I'd like to keep doing this. I have a few thoughts for this year. First of all, as I already mentioned, more gameplay videos. I'd also like to have a proper Watch It Played website, so that I can more easily organize the content that we've created, making it easier for people to find what they're looking for. YouTube doesn't always do a great job of this. I'd like to have a spot there to answer frequently asked questions. I'd like to have a little community forum if people want to participate in that way. And actually I have a gentleman who volunteers been helping to put together something, and we're getting pretty close to being done. There's still some things that need to be worked on. So hopefully that's something that I'll be able to dedicate some time to launch at some point during the next season. I should say, if you have any thoughts about what you'd like to see in a Watch It Played website, do let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to hear it. I'm very happy with our set that we shoot in, but there are some improvements that could be made. It still is just fake walls behind me on wheels to cover up the unfinished basement behind me. Cement wall, cement flooring, no ceiling. Over time, I would like to be able to actually build that area of my basement into a proper set so I could shoot from any camera angle, get more people around the table, and just create a more comfortable environment, frankly, to shoot in. It's not my top priority, but as more resources are made available, that is something that I'd like to be able to put some of them towards, at least as time goes on. The final thing that I want to be doing, and this is definitely the sappy one, is I hope to keep representing the hobby in a positive and meaningful way So that if you've been watching and supporting our show for the past 5 years, all the way back to when I first pulled that hood off and announced, let's play Mansions of Madness, that you still feel like the core of the show represents what you connected with. Obviously, things are going to change over time, as they should, but I do hope that you still find this to be a place that you want to come back to and learn new games and play new games with us. And if you're brand new to the channel, maybe you've just started watching recently, I hope that you found it to be a good place to come to and that you'll keep coming. In the comments below, please do let me know what you think about what I've discussed here, your thoughts about the channel, the direction it's heading in. Understand, of course, ultimately, I do have to steer this ship. I have to make the primary decisions, as I'll be spending the majority of the time working on the content. But the things that you say can and do have an impact on how I create content and can be very informative to me. So it's valuable. Please do leave that in the comments below. And I'll do a follow-up video where I'll compile that feedback, share it with you guys, collect it, share some additional thoughts, and hopefully we can all find a good place to be heading at as we go into the next season. But until the next episode, thanks for watching.